Good morning, dear students. In my previous videos, I have covered some of the most important topics from the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation. And in today's video, I am going to explain you the topic pedigree, which is otherwise called pedigree analysis. And students, hope you have the awareness coming to NEET exam and CET exam, almost a compulsory question, that is pedigree analysis or pedigree chart. If you look into previous year's exam question papers, there you can see they'll give you a pedigree chart, and by looking into that chart, you have to identify. That chart indicates pattern of the inheritance of which type of trait from parents to their offsprings, and how to identify which type of trait inheritance and which pedigree chart indicates. I am going to explain you in this video some small tricks how to identify the pedigree chart and how to identify inheritance of a particular trait. And coming to definition for pedigree, and if you ask me what is the simplest definition for pedigree, so pedigree can be defined as it is the pattern of inheritance of a trait. So whenever you want to study of pattern of inheritance of a particular trait in several generations of a family. So this is the simple and standard definition for pedigree. Let me repeat. The pattern of inheritance of a trait in several generations of a family. When you want to study this, you need to make analysis called pedigree analysis. And I can quote a simplest example. For a newly married couple, a female may be having the history of hemophilia in her family, and obviously she will be having a doubt. And if I get a child, whether my child is going to suffer from hemophilia or not, and what is the possibility of my child to become hemophilic. To answer these kind of questions, expert doctors will construct a particular chart which is called pedigree chart, and by making use of particular symbols. So by constructing pedigree chart, an expert doctor can easily study the pattern of inheritance of trait in several generations of that particular family. So this is the use of constructing a pedigree chart and studying pedigree. Here is a pedigree chart, and when we look into this pedigree chart, it is very clear. A normal healthy female married an affected male. So parental generation, this is affected male and a normal healthy female. You know that in pedigree chart, normal circles always indicate normal female and square indicate male. When that square is shaded, it says that affected male. So affected male married a normal female. In pedigree chart, horizontal lines always indicate mating, and vertical lines always indicate next generation offspring. So with this it is very clear. In this pedigree chart, what is the meaning of this chart? A healthy female married an affected male. This couple has 4 children. Out of the 4 children, you can see here 1, 2. 2 are the sons and 2 are the daughters. So and among the 4 children, 2 are affected. Who are that affected children? Females only are affected. So this couple has 4 children, out of which 100% of the females are affected and 100% of the males are normal. So this pedigree chart is the question. So this pedigree chart is given, and they will ask you, this pedigree chart explains the inheritance of which type of trait, and for this my answer is X-linked dominant. So I am telling you that this pedigree chart most possibly explains the inheritance of X-linked dominant trait. And if you ask me why, You can see here, this couple has 4 children, and out of that 4 children, how many are daughters? 2 are daughters. Daughter karyotype is always XX, and 2 are sons, that is XY, one copy of X chromosome, one copy of Y chromosome. Another daughter, 2 copies of X chromosome. So with this it is very clear, when male was affected means these 2 females had affected father. And you know, at the time of pattern of inheritance, female has 2 copies of X chromosomes. So with this it is very clear, female receives 1 copy of X chromosome from mother and another copy of X chromosome from father. So father was affected, that's why both of the female children are affected. You can see here, both the males are normal and mother is normal. And always remember, son will be having 1 copy of X chromosome, 1 copy of Y chromosome. So son always receives X chromosome from mother and Y chromosome from father. What type of mother they have? Normal. Means mother's X chromosome is normal, but the gene for the disease is always present on X chromosome of father in this, and that's why both the daughters are affected, because they have received a copy of X chromosome from their father, and this copy of X chromosome has got a gene for the disease. And after this explanation, some students may get the doubt, why can't it be autosomal dominant? If you ask me, why can't it be autosomal dominant? If it is autosomal dominant, diseased people are not like this. Here you can see 100% of daughters only are affected. If it is autosomal dominant, what was the case? One daughter may be normal and only one daughter might have affected, and one son also may be affected irrespective of the sex. If that is the case, we should only think about autosomal. But in the pedigree chart, I have clearly shown you only 100% of the female child are affected, 100% of the male child are normal. Most possibly it is associated with sex-linked trait only, and this pedigree chart definitely indicates which type of trait? X-linked dominant trait. Now, let us look into the second pedigree chart and try to understand. It indicates the inheritance of which type of trait. And now you know the meaning. What is this chart indicates? An affected male means male suffering from the disease. Affected male married a normal female, and this couple once again has got how many children? 4 children you can see in the diagram. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the 4, 2 are daughters and 2 are sons. But this couple has got 4 children, out of which 2 are daughters and 2 are sons. But 100% of the children are normal. That is, no children is affected or no child is suffering from the disease. And what type of trait it indicates? And for better understanding, I have continued this pedigree chart further. You can see here, if I consider this is P1 generation, so these are the offsprings of which generation? F1 generation. And let me continue this chart here. F1 female married a healthy male, and I already told you this female is also normal. So a normal female married another normal male, and once again this couple has got how many children? 4 children. And out of the 4 children, so I can consider this generation as which generation? F2 generation. In F2 generation, once again 1 and 2. 2 are sons and next 2 are daughters. But you can see both the daughters are healthy and one son is affected, one son is suffering from the disease and other son is normal. Means 50% of the males are affected and 100% of the females are normal. And why this male is affected? What is the reason? So if you look into this, it is very clear. This pedigree chart indicates the inheritance of which type of trait? It indicates the inheritance of X-linked recessive trait. Why I am telling this much confidently? If you ask me this question, my answer is very clear. X-linked recessive traits like hemophilia and color blindness, they follow a special pattern of inheritance. We call it crisscross inheritance, in which trait passes from P1 male to F2 male through F1 female. If you remember this, it is very clear. You see, trait passes from P1 male, means in P1 generation male was affected. So trait passes from P1 male to whom? F2 male, through whom? F1 female, means the trait or disease was present in P1 generation. It disappeared from F1 generation and reappeared in F2 generation. So this trait clearly telling us that it is following crisscross pattern of inheritance. We already know only X-linked recessive traits follow crisscross pattern of inheritance. And when we go further detail, here you can see how a daughter can pass this trait to the next generation males. It is very clear. I already told you. Whenever we talk about human female in her karyotype, she will be having 2 copies of X chromosomes. And what type of father she had? She had affected father. And let me consider hemophilia trait. So what does it mean? She has received 1 copy of X chromosome from father, and this copy of X chromosome had allele, I have indicated small h as I am explaining with the example hemophilia. This copy of X chromosome had the allele small h, which is responsible for the disease. But always we know female receives 1 more copy of X chromosome from whom? Mother. But this copy of X chromosome had dominant allele, that is capital H. So literally her genotype is X capital H and X small h, means F1 female, 100% of the F1 females are having allele for hemophilia, but they do not show the symptoms of disease. Why? It is a recessive trait, and we know always recessive traits are always expressed in homozygous condition. But here you see, she has allele for hemophilia only on 1 copy of X chromosome, but on the another copy of X chromosome, what is present? Normal allele is present. So this normal allele dominates the recessive allele, and that's why this female is healthy. But such females are called carrier female, means she is going to carry this allele responsible for hemophilia to 50% of her sons, and such females are called carrier female. In the NCERT textbook, symbol for carrier female is not mentioned. Students can remember. So a circle with a dot in the center, this kind of symbol if it is given, this symbol always indicates which type of female? Carrier female. With this it is very clear. In this trait inheritance, in F1 generation, 100% of the females are carriers now, because female always receives 1 copy of X chromosome from father and 1 copy of X chromosome from mother. It was her genotype, and she married a normal male. Normal male is like this. So that's why you see this son who is normal, he has received the X chromosome with dominant allele. That's why he is normal. But unfortunately, this male has received X chromosome with allele responsible for hemophilia, and he definitely suffers from hemophilia, and 1 allele is enough to give the expression. Why, tell me? Because males contain only 1 copy of X chromosome, and if you remember, I told you, for X-linked traits and Y-linked traits, human males are said to be hemizygous in condition, because in the 23rd pair, male contains only 1 copy of X chromosome and 1 copy of Y chromosome, and single allele present either on X or Y is sufficient to give the expression, and such case is an exceptional case. Such case is called hemizygous condition. Students always should remember, in human population, for X-linked and Y-linked traits, human males are said to be in which condition? Hemizygous condition. So, I can confidently tell you, this chart always indicates which type of trait? X-linked recessive trait, because the chart clearly showing us which type of inheritance? Crisscross inheritance. Here is another pedigree chart. Let us look into it and understand which type of trait does it indicate. Here, male infected means male is suffering from the disease and female normal. And this couple has how many children? 4 children, and you can see out of the 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters, and the pedigree chart clearly tells you that both the sons are suffering from the disease, that is both the sons are affected and both the daughters are normal. So 100% of the sons are affected here, and it clearly indicates which type of trait it is. It always indicates the inheritance of Y-linked trait. Why I am telling this much confidently? Because it is very clear. At the time of inheritance, son always receives Y chromosome from father. And here you can see, father is affected, means on the Y chromosome of the father, gene for disease is present. As son always receives Y chromosome from father, gene for disease inherited to both the sons. That's why in the very next generation, without any exception, 100% of the sons are affected and 100% of the daughters are normal. So ultimately this pedigree chart indicates Y-linked inheritance. Example, hypertrichosis. If you remember, I already told you, Y-linked genes are also called Hollandric genes. Let us see one more pedigree chart, and if you look into it, a healthy male married a healthy female means both the parents are shown normal, and in the very next generation, this couple has got 4 children. As usual, I have written here, they have 1 and 2 sons and 2 daughters. But here it is shown that 50% of the children of this couple are affected, and that too irrespective of the sex. You can see here, 1 daughter is affected and 1 son is affected, but both parents are normal. So these kind of pedigree charts always indicates which type of trait? It always indicates the traits like autosomal recessive. So in autosomal recessive traits only this possibility will be there. Best example, you know, autosomal recessive trait, that is sickle cell anemia. So here you can see, dear students, both parents are shown normal, but still there 50% of the children are affected. So how it is possible, if you ask me? By looking into this chart directly I can say both mother and father are heterozygous for sickle cell anemia trait, means it is autosomal. One copy of chromosome has got dominant allele and another copy of chromosome has got allele for sickle cell anemia, but being a recessive trait, it is never expressed in heterozygous condition. That's why both the parents, though they have one allele for sickle cell anemia, they are not suffering from symptoms of anemia. But here you can see this child, that is female child, has received one recessive allele from father and another recessive allele from mother. So she has become homozygous for the trait. That's why she is suffering from sickle cell anemia, and same is the case with this male child. But coming to remaining, here normal male child and normal female child. If you ask me why these two are normal, and there is every possibility that this male might have received dominant allele from father and recessive allele from mother, and same is the case with this female baby. So directly you have to remember, in a pedigree chart, when both parents are shown normal and their 50% of the children are affected irrespective of the sex, such type of pedigree charts always indicates autosomal recessive traits. Best example, sickle cell anemia. One more possibility I have shown here, like both the parents are normal and 100% of their children also normal. May it happen with autosomal recessive trait? If you ask me, yes, there is a possibility. When it can happen, tell me. Here I said, why the children are affected? Both parents are heterozygous, means both parents having one recessive allele for the disease. But just imagine, male completely healthy, means not heterozygous for sickle cell anemia. So male parent is having both the dominant alleles on both copies of chromosomes, but female may be heterozygous. In such case, what happens, tell me? 100% of their children can be normal. So like this, rarest pedigree chart where both parents are shown normal and 100% of their children are normal, but still, like female had history of sickle cell anemia, that's why she might have got the doubt, my children may suffer, but here all the children are shown normal. So that we should understand, male is not carrying any allele for sickle cell anemia, female may be heterozygous, but still 100% of their children are shown normal. But this is the frequently asked pedigree chart for autosomal recessive trait. When both parents are heterozygous for the trait, 50% of their children may suffer from the disease. Here is another pedigree chart which it shows that out of the two parents, like an affected male, means male suffering from the disease, married a normal female, this couple has 4 children, and out of the 4 children, once again 1 and 2 are the sons and the next 2 are the daughters. And you can see here clearly 50% of the sons, means out of 2 sons, 1 son is affected, that is suffering from the disease. Out of the 2 daughters, 1 daughter is affected, that is suffering from the disease. So out of the 2 parents, 1 parent is affected. Out of the children, irrespective of the sex, 50% of the children are affected. And these kind of pedigree charts mostly explain the inheritance of autosomal dominant trait. So simply students should remember, out of the 2 parents, when 1 parent is shown affected, here I have shown male parent is affected. Other pedigree chart may be showing male is normal, female is affected. But still, out of the 4 children, irrespective of the sex, if 50% of the children are affected, means out of the 2 sons, 1 son is affected, out of the 2 daughters, 1 daughter is affected. This kind of pedigree chart always indicates the inheritance of which type of trait? Autosomal dominant trait. And for autosomal dominant trait, Huntington's disease is the best example. If you want, you can remember. And in the textbook, you have the example of myotonic dystrophy. It is given in the textbook. Better you can follow this. So with this, I have explained you the possible pedigree charts which indicates the inheritance of various types of traits. So simply I want students to remember, like when both parents are shown normal and in the very next generation, if 50% of the children are affected, such type of pedigree charts indicates inheritance of autosomal recessive trait. If out of the 2 parents, 1 parent is shown affected and 50% of the children are shown affected, such type of pedigree charts indicates autosomal dominant traits. And X-linked recessive traits follow crisscross pattern of inheritance, where trait is present in P1 and in F1 nobody is affected, and once again trait reappears in F2 generation. So like this, by looking and understanding some particular concepts, students can easily recognize which pedigree chart indicates the inheritance of which type of trait in human population. And let me end the video by finally telling you the definition for pedigree again. Pedigree is nothing but it is the study of inheritance of a particular trait in several generations of a family. Whenever doctor wants to study the pattern of inheritance of a trait in generations of a family, by making use of different symbols, doctors will construct a particular chart which is called pedigree chart. Thank you.